I think engineering ostensibly is seen as oily rags and cogs.
Most people believe when they hear the word engineer, they think of a person covered in oil and with a big spanner.
When if you look around here, my name is Peter Wilkinson, I'm a director of Unison. The whole raison d'etre of this is to stimulate young minds to become engineers. That's our plan.
There's loads of different companies and stuff, so you know, you've got like a range of places you can kind of thing you can work for and stuff.
You'll see robotics, control systems, 21st century technology, that's what we call it.
I didn't really know what engineering was before I came because we don't really do it at school, and I thought maybe it's something I'd quite like to do when I was older, so I've come along to just see whether I'd like it or not.
It's not just engineering in one form, it's different forms. You've got sports over there and like generating and stuff like that.
It's a great opportunity to learn some things about engineering and have some fun while doing it.
If you can get them to understand what's going on and how to do it and why it's done, then interest can grow.
My name's Nick Naylor, I work for the Bloodhound Education team.
The Bloodhound is a car that is a land vehicle that is trying to beat the world record for the quickest speed on land.
They're going to do it in South Africa because there's a big desert.
The land speed record has a few simple rules. It must be driven by a human driver, it must have at least 4 wheels and must be driven over the measured mile twice, once in each direction, within 1 hour.
I think it's actually pretty amazing how fast they said they wanted to go, 1,000 miles per hour. That's really fast, and I think the shape and the research and stuff that they put into building the car was really interesting.
Fancy it? You'll sign you up as a backup driver? No, I won't either.
This piece of equipment is for teaching young engineers about automation, and we're trying to get as many engineers as possible to understand it and run with it and get their interest rather than just putting on lights or simulation. This is real hands-on, teaching them about valves, about pneumatic cylinders and the control of them. They actually get a chance to connect the connectors in and make things happen, make things move and achieve something, you know.
I'm Chris Burton from Dale Power Solutions in Scarborough. I'm a second-year apprentice in electrical engineering. You're gaining all the experience from your company, and you're also going to college one day a week to gain all the other knowledge from the backstory of engineering. We've come today to show apprenticeships in engineering throughout the whole of Britain. It's been a good day. Plenty of people have come round.
We're in the F1 section. It's just kind of like the reactions at the beginning of the F1.
You get a countdown on 5 little red lights, a bit like you see on a Formula 1 track.
As you press it, the car sets off.
There's a pin which punctures the cylinder that sends the cars down pretty sharpish.
And the person who presses it first normally wins the race, because all the races are really close and it could make a difference whether you start on the time or not.
The worst bit is waiting for the lights to go out. It's about 10 seconds and you can see people leaning forward, falling over.
And it's normally like hundredths of a second. I think I won my first race and I'm not sure about my second one.
Even a simple track like that requires engineering intelligence. You've got to know how the little cars are going to perform, what the track's got to be like, and keep out of the way, otherwise you get clouted by them.
Well, we've brought the sickle machine along. They're a good attraction for the kids, and it's a good starting point to actually start discussing engineering in a whole. People didn't realise McCain actually employed engineers, and in theory we've got 65 engineers on site. So that ranges from project engineers, systems engineers, maintenance engineers. The whole country's realised that there's such a lack of skills that to push apprenticeship schemes is the way to go. It's really worthwhile. You know, it's a great career for anybody that's willing to get there. The opportunities are there.
Pair of glasses. You want to grab a pair of these? There we go. So a couple of 3D glasses. So using computer modelling, we can show all the little bits inside there. That's what companies like Rolls-Royce, they use computers to actually design and draw these things so that everyone knows what they should look like. There's a bit here, we need to take this out now and then to be mended. So if I show that coming out, again showing in 3D, you can see how that all fits in. Is that good? So all this IT, all this computer side of things, all the 3D imaging and the visualization technology, it's all part of engineering. Don't let anyone ever tell you it's for boys only. It is not. Yeah, you girls are better at solving problems than a lot of us chaps. And that's what engineering is. It's about problem solving.
Beat the flood competition. It's to simulate a house on an island that would survive a flood.
You have to design a project that will withstand, say, a hose pipe and kind of like rocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
He had restrictions to what materials you could use because due to them, like shipping costs. Some places had like boat building, some had brick making.
The judges are looking at them a bit later.
My name's Tom, I'm a nuclear physics PhD student at the University of York. We've brought along a couple of things. We've got a small cloud chamber here, slightly radioactive source in there, and we can actually see the tracks, we see the path that the alpha particles being emitted from it take as the decay happens. So we've also got a Geiger counter that we can bring along and show working, and this is a really nice device that people can play with, and they can try and see if any of them are radioactive at all. This is our radiation detector. So I'm putting it in this Marinelli beaker, which is simply filled with low sodium salt. It has lots of potassium, and a certain amount of all potassium is naturally radioactive. It was created in stars before the Earth formed and takes a really long time to decay. This peak here, this is referring to the decay of potassium that we can see from the low sodium salt. And so this is the type of tool that we use to do nuclear physics experiments to really understand what's happening in the nucleus when we measure the radiation that comes from it.
I'm an ambassador in this event, showing people around for engineering. I like the throw and catch, the robot that it throws a ball and then catches it automatically. It uses like pneumatic control to pinpoint where the ball's off to land, and then it catches it. Some girls do they have practical and they have like eye for detail and stuff like that, which is really good in engineering. And people don't do it because they think it's a male-dominated world. But then they don't realise that more girls are getting involved in engineering and motor vehicle and stuff like that.
Come to these kind of events to see all the different aspects of engineering.
You've got like a range of places you kind of thing you can work for and stuff.
Find out more about other businesses that you don't necessarily hear about.
A whole different world than just engineering many years ago.
Because it's not just engineering in one form, it's different forms. You've got sports over there and like generating and stuff like that.
I've done some circuit building, and we did the 3D printing and everything. It's really good.
I encourage all the people to come to these events to open their eyes to see what kind of engineering is out there for them.
And once you actually understand what's going on, it's not that hard. But it's really cool.